on my way now. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now.
The day is finally here. We have finished setting things up in our tiny house. We now have it ready to give you guys a full tour, which we're going to do today. We're very excited about how things turned out and we can't wait to show you.
We honestly spent the last couple of weeks basically working our little tushies off to get this ready, but it's finally here.
I can't believe how long it took. You think 285 square feet, it wouldn't take that long to set up, but we really wanted to pay attention to the details, and I hope today that's what you guys are going to notice with everything you're about to see.
So first things first, if you are tuning in for the very first time, my name is Anna. That is Trevor, currently behind the camera. We are the Delightful Travelers. Usually we are traveling the world. We got stuck here at home in Nova Scotia during the pandemic, and it gave us a little bit of an opportunity to reevaluate things, redo some things. We ended up selling our big condo in Halifax, moving to a much smaller condo, and then using what was left over to buy this tiny house. Now, what we hope for when you walk in here is that it feels really bright and open and breezy. There's lots of windows. We painted it a much lighter whitish color, just so it feels really open and airy and bright in here. So over on this far side of the room is where you're gonna find our sofa. It honestly took us forever to find this. We were shopping online. We didn't quite, this place was still in the process of being built, so we thought we knew the dimensions, but we were a little nervous about getting something a little bit too big and then having to send it back. So it took us probably months to find this. We ended up getting it on Wayfair. It's not that long. A lot of these sofas that are like this with the chaise on one side that are sofa beds, which this one is by the way, are really, really long. So this one thankfully is made for a small space and it fits here really perfectly. Love the color. I think it came in maybe a lighter color as well, but we really like this dark gray tone. And it does pull into a sofa bed. So you just basically essentially pull this out and it pops up so that this becomes a bed. And then you can take the pillows off as well just to make it a little bit bigger. Another key feature, because we are in a tiny house and we need to take advantage of all of the storage opportunities we can get, this opens up here. And there's lots of additional storage. So we put basically all the bedding for this bed under there. Something that was really important to us was that it feels really comfortable and cozy in here. So we ended up buying a few different throw blankets. This one is for the sofa here, went in a blue color. We also went with blue pillows as well. These ones actually are indoor-outdoor. We haven't actually tested them that much outdoors, so hopefully no one really leaves them out in the rain or anything, but supposedly they are weather resistant. The last thing I wanted to point out on this side of the room is this window here. It basically like pops out the back of the house and it creates this basically shelf right here. We put a fake plant over here and a really nice lamp over here for some extra lighting. And it's just great for like putting a cup there. We don't have a table or anything in front of us, so it's great for just putting stuff on.
So you might notice by looking around that it feels really big, it feels really airy in here, and that is because the walls are just brushed white over top of pine. These walls are made of pine. The ceilings are very, very high, and one of our favorite things is the amount of windows in our tiny house here, and they're all extremely large windows for a tiny little house. Another one of our favorite features in the tiny house here is this gorgeous black chandelier. Just take a look at that. There's black finishings all around the tiny house. You'll probably notice as we go around today.
Yes, also I just got myself a beer. I thought you guys might be a little bit confused by what I meant by putting a glass over here, using it as a shelf. Here's a prime example. Also, I want to talk about the flooring here. I love the color. It's like a gray toned, kind of like you can see the grains through it, and it's a laminate, so it should be really, really durable.
So one of the trickiest things to do in a tiny little space is to come up with different stations, different seating areas, places to put tables. So right where you come in the door, we have this kind of end table. This was originally supposed to go next to the couch, but it didn't quite fit. We measured wrong, to be honest, and it just didn't fit under the couch. However, it works really well here. You can throw your keys here, your wallet, anything you want. Also underneath, we have a basket, and we thought this was a good idea for shoes, just so shoes aren't all over the place. You can just have them there. And then right here we have another area that it was just kind of an empty space. So what we thought we'd do is get this bucket chair. It has a blue accent, it matches the blue pillows and some other things you'll see. We put a white blanket over top of it. We thought that works really nice. And then right here we have a bench with some storage. So the idea here, you could sit on that if you want to, but I think really people will put their luggage there. And up here there are hooks. So this is where you can put your jackets, put your sweaters, you can put anything you want.
When we were researching tiny houses, one key feature that we really like is these built-in staircases, basically because you can get so much storage inside of them. It's a really great use of space. A lot of places or tiny homes actually have like ladders going up, which I feel like, I don't know, it's to each their own, but I love the stairs. There's a drawer in the bottom, and then there's different shelving and cabinets in here. But then on this side, we left it open, which is great. We put some books in there, there's another blanket. There's lots of games as well, because you might notice there is no TV in here. We have no intention of putting a TV in here. Sorry for those people that like to stay in a place with a TV, but there will not be one here. You can bring your laptop to watch stuff. But we did put some games in there. There's Scrabble, there's checkers and chess, and Jenga, of course. Also a deck of cards.
All right, let's take a long walk over to the kitchen so we can show you this area. This just might be our favorite little nook in our tiny house.
So we were just talking about built-in storage. We do have a cabinet under the stairs here. We're using it for dishes and just odds and ends and that kind of thing. And then under there, under the fridge is pots and pans and a few extra just general things. There's lots of space, which is nice.
So you just mentioned the fridge. The fridge in this place is one of our favorite things. Again, we wanted all the little finishings to be black. So that meant this is a big finishing. We wanted a black fridge kind of built right in, and you can see it's a small, I guess you would call it a mini fridge, but it's elevated so it feels like a normal fridge. In this one, we did a lot of research on just kind of the inside of fridges. Yeah. This is the best one we could find. The way
the
it's
outside too.
Well, the outside looks awesome. Look at it. I don't even know what the Danby, right, is the name. Just the font's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of a retro
black
look to it.
Yeah, when you open it, it's just well thought out, and it's black on the inside as well, but you can put your beers, soda water, wine, and then there's a lot of shelves. Most places that we've stayed at other Airbnbs, because this place will be an Airbnb if you happen to be wondering, we'll be renting it out, have fridges that we didn't really like.
We stayed in a lot of places, as many of you know, since we travel around the world.
Yeah.
We stayed in so many places, and a lot of them have small fridges like this, and some of them just are not very efficient with space. No. This one is fantastic. I just feel like it was really, really well thought out. So let's talk a little bit about the colors that we chose. We went with white cabinets, and then as we were talking about having that black accent, we did all black handles. On top, you're going to find a wooden countertop, and I really like that they also use the same wood on the treads of the stairs. It's also black faucet, really, really nice. And I love, love, love the sink. It's really small, but it's a great sink.
That faucet is one of our favorite features in the house. We searched for a long time for that. You'll also notice right next to the sink here is a 2-burner cooktop. We wanted to find a stainless steel one and something that didn't have like the old-fashioned coils, and we found one and it's really good so far. If you happen to be wondering what else you can cook with, there is barbecue outside that you'll see shortly. Also, there is an air fryer / toaster oven just down here. So you can pull that out, and if you want to make pizza or fries or honestly anything you want, you could use that. And there's a toaster as well. So the kitchen is fully equipped.
So let's talk about these chairs. We ended up going with bar stools. If you've ever looked online for bar stools, there's so many options, but we did manage to narrow it down. And also color. We wanted to do something similar to the couch so that they matched, but what we didn't realize is they're pretty much identical. You probably think they came from the same line of fabric. It's great how much they match, and totally different lines of brands, basically. So just a funny coincidence, and they also tuck in nicely down there.
Yeah, that was really important because we wanted everything to be able to tuck in and have all this space to make the tiny house feel even bigger than it actually is. I mean, look how big it is. It looks big. You probably noticed we have lots of shelves in our kitchen area here, and honestly we thought we were going to have too many. We have 4, but once we put them up, we were very happy with the decision. This one can hold a little dish towel and some small plates and bowls. It looks really good. Notice everything is black as well, so it just matches all the accents. On the other side, you'll see a coffee shelf, and then we have some wine glasses on top. It's very functional. It's just nice to have everything out in the space, and it just looks really cool. Here's another one of the shelves. You can see on the bottom it holds paper towel. Love that. It gets it off the counter and just makes the space feel bigger. Right here we have some spices, we have some olive oil, and then we really wanted to get a magnetic strip that we can mount to the wall to hold knives. We've always wanted one of these, honestly, and this just looks very interesting. It's very functional, and we just love it. Come on in and check out the bathroom. First of all, check out the pocket door. This is great for saving space because if this door opened into the bathroom, we'd almost have no space. space. So the first thing you're going to notice in here is this funny looking toilet. This is a composting toilet. If you don't know what that is, we have a whole video on that. We'll make sure to link it so you can check it out. Right above the toilet, we put a nice big mirror, and there's all this storage for all your toiletries. It's very functional. We love how it looks. Behind the mirror, there's a door that opens, and there's a hot water heater back there. It's like heat on demand basically for your hot water. It's absolutely fabulous. There's also a gorgeous sink. It's very low profile, which is what we wanted, so there's more space in here. And then we got a walk-in full-size shower. It's a round shower glass, so you can kind of open, close it. When you're in there, you just feel like you have lots of space. That was very important to us.
Let's go upstairs to the loft. We did put a railing on here. A lot of tiny homes do not have this, and I feel like it's a good safety feature, and it makes it going upstairs much easier. And there's also a railing up here. So up here in the loft, we have a queen size mattress. It's really, really comfy. You're also gonna notice those shelves in the back, great for storage, but at the moment we don't really need it for storage, so just some cute stuff back there. Also a reading light, cool one. It's a USB one, and it also has like different tones that you can change it to. And on this side, really happy we found this. It's a very, very small fan, but it clamps on, so it takes up zero space. Gives you a little bit of a breeze at night, but who knows if you're actually going to need it. We have two windows, one on each side. You get a really nice cross breeze. But you will notice we don't have any AC in here, so in the heat of the summer, it's probably going to come in handy.
We absolutely love the colors that we chose for the tiny house. We went for this kind of brown, kind of a little bit of orange tints, and we really wanted to find black windows. Honestly, the black windows is why everything took so long. I think
they were held up for a couple months.
Yeah, there's just delays, you know, because of COVID. I think that's pretty normal and expected, but yeah, it was a big thing. One of the biggest things we wanted to make sure was we had black windows. We were just absolutely sold on them.
We were, yeah, and the color, like Trevor said, it took us a long time to figure that one out too. We were picking from Benjamin Moore, and I don't know if you've ever gone to look at their different like stain colors. I thought there'd be like 5, and there's like hundreds.
Hundreds, so you could spend days on there. So anyway, we made a decision as quick as we could, and this is what we chose. You heard us say already we wanted to have as many stations as we can, and this is another one right here.
Yeah, so this I guess is more of the dining side. There's also this side of the house would be shadier in the morning, and then sunnier right now later in the day. Great table from IKEA. So this side actually pops down, and then the other side pops up as well. So it does actually extend to quite a big table. We couldn't get the matching chairs from our IKEA, so we ended up just getting these ones, but they're actually really, really comfortable. I think Trevor already mentioned the cooking options here, but of course we do have barbecue, brand new, stood here.
Yeah. One thing we do like here though is just how green the space is.
It's super green, it's super lush, and it's very, very, very quiet.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes outside of Inverness, kind of just in this little valley in the middle of the woods. So let's take a look at the other side of the tiny house here. We have another station for eating or just hanging out in general. It's a nice picnic table here. I have to say it's very solid. It doesn't even move. And you can probably see behind me there's some other chairs. We wanted some really nice kind of plastic Adirondack chairs just because they won't weather over time, and we wanted to get these in black so they match everything else. We have some nice decorative pillows on there as well. They're nice and blue, and you probably noticed this guy over here. One of our favorite features, we really wanted to have a hammock just for lounging. I caught someone that's behind the camera in there a few times already. We love it. Also, one of our favorite things about where the tiny house is located is there's a private, secluded beach just a 10-minute walk away. That means no one else can get to it other than the people that have cottages around here. And on that beach, which is sandy by the way, so you can hang out there, lay in the sun, it's beautiful. But on that beach, there is a waterfall that comes down off a cliff directly into the beach, just on one of the far corners. It's unreal. And if you come and stay here at our place, you'll be able to go to that beach as well.
So we realized that was quite a bit of a tease, so we made our way down here to this beach so you can get a glimpse of it. Gonna put the drone up, enjoy the shots, and we'll meet you up back at our place.
the tiny house is also on wheels. You may have noticed that. That's just in case we want to move it somewhere in the future. Who knows? We just thought it was a good idea in case we bought property or something like that. Also, it is winterized, so meaning there is insulation. If we took it off wheels and on concrete or land, we could live in it in the winter. That isn't the plan, but it's a good option as well. But we're not going to be renting it out in the winter. And speaking of renting it out,
yeah, you can rent it yourself. Some probably from like mid-May-ish till October at some point.
Mid-October.
Basically until it starts freezing and you can't come out here anymore. Or you can't have water, basically would be the issue. But you can rent it. It's going to be up on Airbnb and some other platforms. We will put the link below if you want to come stay here yourself.
We're really excited, and I know a lot of you have asked us already about coming to stay here, so we want you to. If you watch us and just send us messages, even if you don't, we'd love if you want to stay at our place. We'll make sure to put the listing. We put our heart and soul into just decorating this and just the whole year trying to get it ready. We didn't build it with our own hands, but it was still a lot of work given everything else we had going on, and we're just kind of really proud we're at this point now.
Yeah, we really love it. We feel like there's a little bit of piece of ourselves in there, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as we do.
So if you're new around here, Trevor, Anna, we're the Delightful Travelers. Make sure to hit subscribe, leave us a comment, let us know what you think of our tiny house. Feel free to share the video as well.
And feel free to offer up suggestions. Leave us a comment as well. Let us know what you think.
We'd love to hear if you guys think we should change something or do something. We're all open for ideas. So that's it for the tour today. We're very excited to finish this video up. We have some big things coming in some future videos that you're going to see soon. Everything's about to change, but for now we're just going to sign off here.
Leave you on a cliffhanger. All right, guys, that's it.
From our tiny house in Cape Breton, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.